And what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to revisiting Bloodborne. Here we are at the Hunter's Dream. Just finished defeating the Cleric Beast. We got the Sword Hunter badge, which we can now buy the Kirk Hammer from the Bat Messenger. I went ahead and spent some levels. Spend my echoes on to get a couple more levels. Now I just need some more Bloodstone shards to make some more further upgrades on the Saw Cleaver. And now we're ready to continue with Central Yharnam. So we'll start by heading to... Let's start from the Central Yharnam. Yeah. Alright, so instead of going to the right, we're going to go this way instead. Yep, it's like we're going back to the Cleric Beast, only this time we're not. Let's get him out of the way. Cursed beast, he says. Alright, so instead of going up there, into the dark house. Oh, he dropped something. Let me grab that. Blood vials, excellent. So we're going to go this way instead. We can avoid those two brutes by taking this path instead. Now we can go up here. Right. We're at the other side of this great bridge. Only this is broken off and we can't get up there. But we do find a cold blood dew. And then right over here. And you remember the caged dogs that we saw from above? This is where we went up. And over there is we can just drop down from here. Sometimes the dogs can be let out, and that's when you say, who let the dogs out? But this one's loose, so we'll deal with this mongrel. Alright. These flesh-eating, these dog zombies. Zombie mongrels, I should say. Yeah, it's just free echoes right here. But there's another mongrel that's on the loose that we can deal with. And here we have another cold blood dew. Alright. And let's deal with this one because he seems to... he's in front of her, in her home. Alright, so she asks us if we know any safe places. But here's something I forgot to do. You know what? Let's do that first. Let's do that first. Actually, no. Let's wait. Let's hold off on that. Let's hold off on that. I just remembered. Let's hold off on that for right now. So we'll come back to her. We'll come back to her after a while. So instead, we're gonna go this way. Now, but before I go downstairs, I'm gonna go this way first. I'm gonna go this way first because there's a couple pieces of loot that we can grab, like this one, which is a cold blood dew. And here's some loot that's hanging, and we need to hit the chain to get it to drop. We'll have to go down there and pick up the loot. But we'll get to that. And whack this, send it down. And then right through here, we meet our first NPC. We meet Eileen the Crow. Eileen's got her own quest line.
Oh. A hunter, are you? And an outsider? What a mess you hear.
And she gives us some Bull Hunter's marks. This will take us back. This will send us back to Hunter's Dream from wherever.
Prepare your... There are no... Still link... What's wrong?
And then we also get it. And if we keep on talking to her, she gives us a new emote called the Shake Off.
What are you in a hunt? What are you...
Alright, her dialogue's exhausted. Now she does have a cool weapon called the Blades of Mercy. And you get that by getting the Crow Hunter badge. You get the Crow Hunter badge by completing her quest line or by killing her. Because I remember fighting Cowboy, who did a run of Bloodborne video series, and he wound up going after attacking Eileen to try and get the Crow Hunter badge because he wanted the Blades of Mercy. But I'm not going to do that. She is tanky, and she hits hard at her, and we're no match for her. So, and And we're not, and she calls us a punch drunk. Oh boy, I dropped down here. Now I gotta deal with this guy. And it's the only way I can get down. Oh! It was the only way I could get down from above. Give me those vials. Alright. It was the only way I could get down, but oh well. And now let's go deal with this guy. Can I walk up to him and get a charged R2? Yes! Alright, and then we have a rifleman shooting at me. Good thing this one was not alerted, otherwise he would have ruined my charged R2 attempt. Give me those bullets. Okay, now they've landed on on separate sides, you know, the ones I brought down. But we'll get to those. Let's just get let's get the enemies out of the way. And where are you? Where are you? Alright, got you. Alright, oh, there's another item over there we're gonna grab. And that's another cold blood dew. So let's start by grabbing this one that's right here. All we gotta do is just drop down here and kill off a few rats like these. Throwing knife, saw spear, and this rat is aware of my presence, but cannot get to me right now. But I will get right. I'll get right with you in a moment. Now there's a way to get back up there, but we will get to that. First, let's deal with this rat that decides to want my attention. Then we have a couple more rats. Oh, careful. Oh. Another throwing knife. If you did not pick up an insight from the crows are that I showed you, you can pick one up down here. You can pick up a man's knowledge down here. Alright, now let's go this way. And there should be a ladder that we can get back up. But we will get shot at by some riflemen, so be aware. Like this guy over there and that guy over there. I'm gonna deal with them. Let's get them out of the way. Oh, this guy just decides to butt in. Oh! Alright, let's go. Now I can deal with this guy. Come on. No, you don't. Teach you to... You need to do better. Mind your own business. In the words of gym motivator Joey Swole. Blood vials? Huh, I got the blood vials I used. Okay, we got that. There's an item over there we're gonna go grab. And that's another cold blood dew. Yeah, my muscle memory it's all coming back, you know, I'm starting to remember where the items are. And that's only the first area, but who knows about the other areas down the road. More crows. If you're down there in the aqueducts, these crows we're gonna jump off. Alright, then this way we have another crow. Actually, two more. And here's some more oil urns. All right. Now there's a couple items that are hanging. Let's see. You know what? I'll grab this. I'll just get down. Lie my drop. Oh my gosh! I missed it. Let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Oops, I did it again. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, third time's the charm. Come on now. It's a bloodstone shard, just what I needed. And this crow down there dropped some pebbles. Alright. This was the only way to get down, and now we gotta climb this ladder. Let's make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, that's where the rats were. That's where I came out of. Alright, that's about it. Alright, let's go up back. Let's get back up. Alright. Now let's go to the other side where the other item is. And it's right here. We're just gonna drop down this side instead. And deal with this rat. No throwing knife. And this rat. And here we pick up a couple more bloodstone shards. Oh, and what I picked up over there was the saw spear. This one, like the saw cleaver, you know, this one is a little bit more skill based. But the saw cleaver is still superior, in my opinion. Right, now that we got all the items, we can now run this way. We can now run this way, and look at that. That's where all these mercmen are. And then we can just go back this way. Now, this time we're gonna go deal with that man-eater boar, the pig. Only this time we're not. All right, got a blood vial. One shot at that crow. I may want to just go upgrade my weapons right now. You know what? That's not a bad idea. We can run back to this ladder and come back down. Yeah, why not? And time to show you guys what the Bull Hunter's Mark can do. Let's reawaken. Alright, it just takes us back to the lamp, and then we can go back to Hunter's Dream. Alright. I got plenty of bloodstone shards. Let's see if that's enough to get my... Let's see, how much further can I upgrade? I can upgrade to +2. So I need 6 more bloodstone shards to get the saw cleaver to +3. And then to go to +4, it's going to take twin shards. It's going to take twin shards. Alright, we got 3,100 echoes to spend.
Welcome. What? Very well.
And let's go ahead and do this. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and put a point to vitality. Get some more health.
Farewell, good hunter.
Man, what is it with me hitting the wrong button? Alright, now let's head back to... Let's do the... Yeah, let's do the Great Bridge. That's closer. Yep, this is where we fought the Clear Beast, and now we make our way this way. Alright, now we gotta deal with this brute. Yep. Get him. Hey, come back here. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Pistol shot for the win. 2 Molotovs and a pistol shot. Later, this brute goes down. And let's deal with these crows. Got some blood vials. Right, I'm not going to deal with these lichens, but you can actually... Oh, where'd you come from? Following me like that. Thanks for the blood vial. Just drop down here, and then we can just run this way. We can avoid these 2 guys. Yeah, let's avoid these 2 guys. Get on the elevator, write it down. Alright. And now, so we're going to take this ladder. Going down. Now, if I would have taken the bridge, we will meet by rolling. We will end up meeting Rolling Stone, and we don't want that. We don't want that. Okay, all right. Now, hold on. It's better for me to clear these guys out of the way because I want to give myself. I don't want any distractions from these guys while I take on that pig. Now, the pigs. The pigs. You're highly likely to get blood vials when you defeat them. So yeah, they're tricky to deal with, but if you can get behind it and do a charged R2, then you're set. That's all I can say. You'll see. You're about to see what I mean. Now be careful when it growls. Be prepared to run because it'll run and charge. Oh! But be careful. You don't want to get run over by the pig. That's poison gas, so... if this pig can come out, will ya? Get behind it. There. And visceral. I know, that was gross. I know that was a little cringy to some of y'all. So what? Blood vial. And the pig can give a pretty good amount of echoes, and you're guaranteed some blood vials. And now right here, we find a Cold Blood Dew, and here we find the Saw Hunter badge. Now we can buy the other starting weapons over at the Bath Messengers. Alright, not this way, but right over here. We're gonna go up this ladder. Alright. And there goes Rolling Stone. That's why. And we got plenty of echoes in the process because that Rolling Stone kills a bunch of these enemies. Some of them did drop some things, so I'm gonna go grab, see if they dropped anything. Just a blood vial. Out of all these guys, only one dropped me a blood vial. Hey, better than nothing. Alright, so... well, this is the best way to try and get to this part because, you know, the only thing that stands in your way is the pig. And that's about it. Now we gotta deal with these guys. I can get a charged R2 on this guy, and then we'll deal with the other one. Oh! Come on. There we go. Let's see, top off my health. Oh yeah. Better make some blood bullets, because I'm gonna be needing every blood bullet I can get. There we go, blood vials, and more bull hunter's marks. Now we're about to fight our first major boss of the game. Papa Guac, Father Gascoigne. So, and remember that tiny music box we picked up? It's going to come in handy. It's going to come in handy because during the fight, if we can get some distance, we can play the music box, and then it's going to stun it. It's going to stun himself for a little bit, but he is open to attacks. So this is where you need to capitalize before he can break free. Now in phase 2, he will transform into a beast and becomes more relentless. So bear that in mind. Oh boy. Let's do this, guys. Let's take on Father Gascoigne. I'm gonna let the cutscene play out.
beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later. What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it seems to me it's enough to make a man sick.
And Papa Guac goes down. And by that we get the Odin Tomb Key. I gotta admit, this fight, I find this fight just absolutely by far
sensational.
Yep, made such good work of that boss because
It's free real estate.
and you know what time it is once I mean you know what time it is already?
Time to twirl! Time to twirl!
And where are my gestures? It's guitar time. Let's go.
That's how a white man plays guitar.
And let's light this lamp. Oh yes, and I almost forgot. The victory gesture. Okay. Yep, we get the Odin Tomb Key. And now we can go this way. Yeah, this tiny music box played a key role. And you saw how I capitalized. Now before we go this way, we're gonna go over here. Because the red jewel brooch is right here. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We'll come back. We'll come back to that. So, and remember that little girl that's been looking for her mom? Yeah, I can say is that it's gonna be a very tough decision. Because things... I can't explain it, but I'm gonna show you guys. So let's return to Hunter's Dream and spend these echoes, and then we'll get right back to where, and we'll pick things up.
Welcome home. What is it you desire? Very well, let me.
Alright, now I'm gonna spend a point into vitality and endurance. I'm gonna get it up to 20. I'm gonna get it up to 20 before I start working on either strength and skill to boost my damage.
Farewell, good heart. May you find.
Alright. And then I don't have any bloodstone shards to upgrade. I only have 2. So we should be fine. Now I have 9 insight. Alright, so next we're gonna go to Central Yarnum, I believe, yeah. So now let's go find that little girl. It's gonna be quite a trek, so I'm gonna spare you guys the trouble. But before I do, let's see if Gilbert has any new dialogue.
But the Great Bridge is the only way to the cathedral. And during the... there's a rock from there. No, I don't do it.
Alright, Gilbert just tells you, going through the aqueducts to get to the Odin tomb, and yeah, and that's what we did. Alright, now that we arrived back here, now here's the deal. You have a choice. Now, if I remember what's going to happen, if you give her the red jewel brooch that you found and tell her, and then she'll ask where she can go to be safe. She will leave, but I hate to say this, but unfortunately, it's kind of hard to say. So so I decided to just show you what you can do. But your other option is to take this red jewel brooch, consume it to get a blood gem. Use it to get a blood gem. But you have a choice. You have a choice to make. But since I'm not going to go for every item in the game, then I'm not going to go for every item in this game. So, for this series, but just thought I'd show you guys what do you do with the red jewel brooch. You can give it to her, or you can consume it to get a blood gem. So I've made my choice. I'm going to use this red jewel brooch, and we get the red blood gem. Blood gems will now become useful once we get a certain key tool, which we can pick up in a little while. But right now, let's head back to let's reawaken. Let's use another full hunter's mark. Alright, now that we're back here at the Tomb of Odin, after defeating Father Gascoigne, now we can go open these gates with the Odin Tomb key. Alright, and now we can go this way. And we can take this ladder up. And here we find a chest. It's very important, and that is the Blood Gem Workshop tool. Now with this we are now able to improve our weapons with blood gems that we find, and give our weapons additional effects. And now we go up the stairs and open these double doors. Now we entered the cathedral ward. Let's light this lamp. And now we can talk to Odin.
Very good. He's waiting for it, but it won't end the screen yarn. But tell him about this. He'll be safe. Spread the word.
Alright, so now by talking to him, we now unlocked another option, because there will be some NPCs that we interact with, and they're looking for a safe haven, and Odin Chapel is now an option. But there's also another option we need to unlock, and I have not done so just yet. I'm about to show you guys. So back to the Hunter's Dream, and then fast travel again. Alright, so here we are back at the Yosefka's clinic. So we're gonna go back this way to where we first began. Oh, I went the wrong way. It's back this way. Okay, so it's right at the end of the stairs. And then we interact with this, and Yosefka is behind those doors.
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off. Then tell them to seek upon my sick this time. I'll even offer a well.
Alright, you can barely see through the window of the doors. You can barely see Yosefka herself. So now...
If you please.
So now we have a choice. NPCs that are looking for refuge, we could send them to Odin Chapel or Yosefka's clinic. My recommendation, send them to Odin Chapel. Send them to Odin Chapel. Alright, and now let's go find that let's go find that NPC where that mongrel was barking right in front of. Now, so let's go ahead and do that. It takes a little while, you know, when you have to go to Hunter's Dream and then interact with one of the headstones and then choose one of the lamps to spawn from. Alright. So once again we go through. Now if you notice closely, the way how the lighting is in this setting, it's a little bit darker. And I believe, you know, time passes by and it gets closer to nightfall every time you kill a boss. That's my theory. That's my theory. It's getting closer to nightfall. So that's why it looks a little more darker. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Gonna deal with these mongrels again. What if their cage is open? And I'm down there, I could get ambushed from behind. Alright, now that we took care of the mongrels, we can now knock on her door. Knock knock!
I've heard I have. Well, if you want to got off your arm, you're obliged to what you be. Are you going to tell?
And now we can tell her about one of these two. So you have a choice: Odin Chapel or Yosefka's clinic. I highly recommend Odin Chapel.
Well, what do you know? An outsider. Well, don't you have work? Go slit some.
She's kind of rude though, but at least that's out of the way. Now let's go ahead and head back to Cathedral Ward. Alright, now that we're at Cathedral Ward.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd rather...
Yeah, by talking to him and letting him know that we brought someone over to Odin Chapel for refuge, we get the triumph emote. Alright. And there's that woman we found that we knocked on her door.
Oh no, what do you think? This old blood's rude. Don't you come? Yeah.
She's still rude. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's just go out here first. We can go out here, and here we have a church hunter. Yeah, tricky to deal with, but they're easy to deal with. Yep, just a simple gun parry and visceral, and the job's done. Let's take care of the crows. Ow! And right over here we get Madman's Knowledge. So I would hold off on using Madman's Knowledge for insight. I'll only use it if it's when necessary. And now going up here, we find another church hunter. Let's see, if my insight is over 10, then these church hunters with the lanterns will fire will use a projectile firing from their lanterns. Ah. I did it a little too early. Let's get down here, that way I can get a better angle. There we go. Some enemies will have an additional move if your insight's high. I believe over 10. We got this one. Oh, here's another one. Another church hunter. And right over here is a wooden shield. There's no need to use a shield in this game. A couple blood vials. Alright, that gate doesn't open from this side. It only opens from the other side. So we're not going to go through there. So instead we're going to go take this path. These doors are not open yet. They will be available once we defeat another boss, I believe. Now we got this church hunter to deal with. And then we have another one coming around. Yeah, when you hear them growl, they're now aware of your presence. They're now aggroed and ready to go after you. Now, don't stand over here too long because you'll get grabbed by an invisible hand. Just gonna quickly grab this. You see that little vortex? Something invisible is over there. There's something invisible, but once you have a high amount of insight, you'll be able to see it. Here's some 6 blood vials. So let's go up here and... Oh, this one's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with because he's got a great axe. Ooh, a couple more shards. He's got a great axe. Damn. Oh. Yeah, this guy's a pain. Oh my gosh, I stopped short. My gosh. I gotta learn to hit my shots. Man, this guy hits hard like a truck. Hey. Man, I gotta hit my shots! Oh. Yeah. Charged R2s seems to be the best bet. If you deal a big blow to their head, they can stagger. Oh man, that's a pain in the butt. Now we have this brute to deal with. We can walk up to it, but we got this one. Now we got this one to deal with. Looks like he's carrying a piece of a statue. Oh, yeah, he's a little tricky to time, but we got him though. Wow, he's a little more tanky than the other ones. Oh! Alright, got some health back. Got a couple more blood vials. Man, these crows won't let me get a sneak attack visceral. Yeah, he's a little more tanky than the ones in Central Yarnum. Here's a couple pebbles. Buzz off bird. More blood vials. And over here we can pick up the monocular. or if you want to see something from far away. You want to see something from far away? The monocular. Alright. Oh, now that guy with... Now that one with the ball and chain. Oh, a real pain. And what's even worse, there's a little bugger over there. There's a bugger over there we have to clean. We have to clean out. Yeah. We have to get this guy out of the way. Let's see if we can do it. Ugh. This guy with the ball and chain's the worst. My gosh. Wow, right through the legs! And this Molotov's not going to help. Watch out for the ball and chain. Because it hits like a wrecking ball. Oh, see what I mean? Oh, got him. Got some blood vials back. Now that little bugger disappeared, just like with all the other crystal lizards. Hey, flip 5 bloodstone shards, worth it. Because I need the upgrade materials. If that little bugger escaped, a simple quit and reload will get him to respawn back. Let's do that right now. There it is. There's that little bugger. There's the crystal lizard. Get it. And we get 3 more bloodstone shards. Now I have enough to get this saw cleaver to +3. And then we're gonna go down here. And this will take us... This also leads to a door that's part of cut content. First, let's open this chest. And we get our first blood gem, the Tempering Bloodstone. Tempering Blood Gemstone? Well, not exactly our first blood gem, but our first blood gem was the one when we popped that red jewel brooch. And look at this. All it does is just says close. This is cut content. This was meant to be a shortcut back to where we fought the cleric beast. Alright. Sorry about that. My phone was going off. I forgot to set my notifications to vibrate or silent. Okay. Now, this was definitely cut content because right down there is where we fought the cleric beast, and there was a door there. It was supposed to be like a shortcut to get back to the cleric beast fight, but unfortunately that became cut content. That became cut content. So now we just have to. So that's not much I can say, but that's just as far as I know. So now we got that cleared. Now going up here, there is a door, but what we need in order to open this is a special emblem, which will cost a lot of souls. But there is a way around that we don't have to pay so many echoes just for an emblem. Now there's a better way to do that. So instead, let's just go down here. We're gonna get set for. Okay, so you know what? We'll take this path, and as we kick off our next episode, because I am just about out of time. So let me go rest. Let me go rest up, and I believe this is our wrap up point for today's episode of Revisiting Bloodborne. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. It really does help the channel out. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification to stay up to date on all my latest videos here on the channel. And if you'd like to hang out with me and chat with me while I play some games, come over to my Twitch channel where I stream just about up to 3 days a week. We will be happy to have you, and I'll make sure you'll feel right at home. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the support that you have given me. It really does mean a lot. You guys are so amazing. I just can't thank you guys enough for being part of the channel, being part of the family. Alright, that's it for this episode of Revisiting Bloodborne, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Rise up, be blessed, now smile. Goodbye.